Are you not getting any matches? Watch this to get more swipes on Tinder and improve your dating game. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm talking about how to deconstruct and decode this strange little app on your phone called Tinder, right? Where you're just swiping left and right. The first thing to understand is don't swipe left or right on everybody, okay? Be selective on this thing. The algorithm actually messes you up. It puts you in a lower quartile range so that other people can't match with you if you just start swiping left, or right. I made that mistake in the past. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing that I would tell you is get really high quality pictures. The pictures you want is a range, okay? So one being social, one doing some kind of hobby, one where you have some form of social proof, you could say, pre-selection, one where you are basically doing something creative, right? Like as I mentioned, a hobby. She wants to know what you're about, what your world is about, right? So what do you spend a lot of your time doing? Make sure you have a photo of that. So for your little bio section, your little bio area, less is more, okay? Honestly, I've seen way too many girls and guys write like a huge portion of like, this is what I want, or like, no hookups, or like some random thing like, oh, foodie and moody or whatever. Like that's the big thing here in India, right? It's like everybody's a foodie and they're moody. I don't even know what it is about that. I just want a booty, right? You know, it's not going to serve you if you're copying everybody else, and it's just like every other profile, right? The girls that stood out to me are the ones that were slightly suggestive, kind of funny with it, right? They were very much themselves. I could see their personality in the caption itself. And they weren't trying so hard, right? They weren't like, oh man, I'm gonna come up with the quirkiest, funniest one-liner ever. It's like, no, it's just like, it's effortless. You know, that's the flow state of this thing. It's like effortless. You know, previously, what was my caption previously? It's something like, I got kicked out of the Backstreet Boys and I'm here swiping on Tinder now, or something like that. It was stupid, it was silly, but it got me results, okay? So the thing about it is you don't have to take it very, very seriously. You just kind of have to play with your strengths and understand like, okay, this is what is gonna work for me the best, right? A lot of people, they just put, follow me on Instagram. Don't do that. Always have a call to action and then follow on Instagram, okay? Now, these are things that I learned from actual Tinder coaches, right? You can book them on Fiverr. One of them was Tessa, okay? I booked a session with Tessa maybe like 2 years back or something, so I'm getting you a lot of insight and a lot of value chunks in this video, okay? So never be like, follow me on Instagram on Tinder, okay? Always be like, hey, send me a funny meme, and then you put your at Instagram. You could be like, hey, what's your favorite flavor of Doritos or whatever? I don't know. Then you always want to ask a question and then do the Instagram, because nobody really wants to message you on Instagram unless they prefer it. A lot of people prefer it to Tinder, right? So they just kind of have their Tinder, and some people, you know, they just have Tinder just so they can get Instagram followers. That's not cool either, right? So you don't want to come off like that. So you want to basically lead them, like a lead generation, right? You're leading them through something else to send you something else, or to reach out to you if you have an answer to this one question that I have, or answer this riddle on my Instagram, or something like that, right? Give a call to action in that sense. The next thing is you want to have one photo that shows your full body, hopefully without many clothes on. For guys, shirtless, okay? I don't care how ripped you look. Have at least one shirtless photo. It doesn't have to be the cheesy bathroom mirror, you know, version. It could be just you by the pool, or you just an artistic photo, right? The one I have is just my back turned, but you get to see my muscle definition. For girls, have one in your, you know, in your bra or something, or in your swimsuit, right? The reason I say this is because we're on this app to specifically to date or to hook up, right? Nobody wants to see pictures of you smiling and like close-ups of your face. Like they want to see your whole body too, right? Now the first picture, I'm telling you, the first picture's got to be just your face, straight up. Just like a headshot. Like if you were an actor, you have to send your headshot for a movie, that's what you're putting on Tinder, baby, right? So the first picture is just your face, your face. People want to see your face. What does it look like? Without any filters. Don't put filters on it. Don't put little emojis in the corner, right? Don't put face tune it so much that it looks not like you. Completely just take an average, just take a straight up photo of your face. You can put a little bit of, filter on it, but don't overdo it is what I'm saying, right? And basically have that be like your headshot photo, right? The main photo, the hero photo, the one that they see and then they swipe from. Sometimes I will even switch over to having the shirtless photo as the first one because it stops the algorithm, right? Girls go, whoa, and then they click yes because it's uncommon. It's something that, oh yeah, another guy, shirtless photo, ooh, right? It spikes the emotional senses. It's like, oh, the shirtless guy, right? Yes. So that's how it works sometimes, guys. Like, I'm just telling it to you straight. You gotta understand this rule and you gotta optimize it in the way that you best see possible. If you really wanna go deep into it, if you're like, I'm taking my dating seriously right now because the world has moved online, it's all dating online right now, guys, right? Yes, you can still meet people in bars and clubs and things like this, but since everyone's locked down, it's all online. So you've got to get really good at this thing. And the way you get really good is through practice. So practice getting into conversations with people, and honestly, choose the girls that you most resonate with, that you think are pretty, that you feel like would be a good personality for you to hang around. You could be yourself around, right? Match with those. Hopefully you get some matches there. Don't be so overly picky at the same time as well. It's like, hey, you still want to get a conversation going with a few people just to generate the talkability points, right? Get you talkative on these apps, right? So you can connect with people. As a man, I would definitely tell you, you got to lead the conversation, okay? You got to be the one that messages first. Don't wait for her to send something over. This is not how it works, okay? I usually just send a wave emoji with a tiger or something like that. And if that doesn't work, I follow it back with, hey, what's going on, or something like that, or something about her profile, right, that I've seen that is quirky or something very unique to her, right? But then again, it's like you don't want to get so wrapped up into the profile and like try people pleasing and be like, oh, I have to think of the most perfect thing to say. It's none of that, right? You just want to be purely blissful state, right, as you're doing this. You don't want to be frantic, agitated, sexually frustrated messaging girls on Tinder. It's never going to go your way because your frequency is not coming off as somebody that they want to meet, okay? It's an energetic thing. I'm telling you, if you're in a good vibe, in a good state, and you're on Tinder, you're gonna get a lot better results. And I don't know, you can call this mystical, you can call this unscientific, whatever it is. This is just what I've noticed for me, okay? The vibe that you have, it resonates to find your tribe. We all know this, but it works specifically on dating apps too. So the thing about leading, right? In a lot of the matches that I've gotten recently, I've noticed that I'm leading the conversation, right? I'm the one asking them questions to qualify, to make sure that they're the right one or right fit for me, right? So some people ask like, what brings you on here, all this kind of stuff. I usually like to go with my thing, which is like, hey, do you have some kind of personal development practice or like spiritual development practice? Like, do you do yoga or meditation or like, something to better your life, right? That's what I want for my own life. And so if I find that in a woman, like, that's attractive to me, okay? So of course you can be very open, you can be very sexual as well if you want to, if that's your style of game, completely go for it. But you also want to understand, like, calibrate to it. From the first standpoint, you don't want to fall into the friendly banter frame of like interrogating her with simple questions. Where are you from? What are you doing? How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. You don't want to be average, right? So you come in with something different, something that sets you apart from all the other people swiping on there. And generally that tends to catch attention, right? Don't do this. Don't Google top most Tinder conversation starters. Bro, don't do that, okay? because chances are everybody's doing that. Okay, that's the chances, because it's online, man. Someone's gonna take that and try it with every girl that they see. Oh, will you be my Tinderella? Like, you've seen some of these messages, it's just like, bro, you start to cringe and you're like, no, man, right? It's like, first messages also, don't be like, hey, hi, all this kind of stuff, right? You gotta set it apart somehow. That's why I use the emojis in the first state. But even then, like, that's just one initial like strategy. You could be like something you noticed in her profile, right? Let's say she's into architecture or something, right? You're not trying to be funny, but it's just like, hey, what are you building? You know? He's like, what do you mean, right? At least she starts the conversation, right? You say something that is uncommon, right? You don't want to be fully weird because, you know, girls are freaking cosmic detectives. They can tell when you're trying to get something from them. When they can tell everything, man. They can tell everything. You know, you got to understand this text game thing. Like, a lot of guys, they don't fine tune it. The main reason of text game is so you guys can meet up. And the banter there is just to add more flavor to the language, creating, you know, patterns and images into her subconscious mind. And that's all you're doing. You're just playing this game, right? You don't want to get her in bed. You want to get in her head to get her in bed. Okay, that's kind of the matrix, the social matrix code that I want to give you for this. Okay, so apply these techniques. If you have any more questions about this, obviously you can shoot me a message. Also, guys, I highly recommend that you get Tinder Gold. You're actually adding more credibility to your account when you get it verified. Okay, let's talk about it. Get on a coaching call with me. I know one of you guys signed up for a coaching call quite recently with me. Brother, if you're watching this, host, have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today. Boom.